because it's harming people. It's actually harming.
So now that CNN has educated us in science, right, and harming people, no offense, man is a genius. His wife looks like your typical Karen. She would be the one that says, well, you're harming people, so now get in the oven. I'm turning that shit up to 3,000 degrees. Please stop. See, this is what you're up against. Media. That doesn't speak science. See, I didn't pull out any, conspiracy page. I pulled out the FDA website. They tell you everything. And today's show, I'm going to show you how people that have been selected for years running your local communities have screwed you over, wait till you see. I'm telling you, in your states groups, we've got 2 cities in Texas. We got to work real hard, you guys. I think it's time to take this down. Take the show home. People are waking up. People are really, really waking up. So much so that even pilots that shouldn't be saying these things tell their passengers, let's go Brandon. Mm-hmm. Yes, they do. Mm-hmm. Let's go Brandon.
Welcome back. Let's check in with Alex Crawford for a look at what's trending on social media. Alex.
Well, Southwest Airlines are trending as they are now launching an internal investigation into the pilot who used the anti-Biden slang phrase, let's go Brandon, after an Associated Press reporter on that flight claims that the pilot said the phrase at the end of his typical greeting. Now, a statement from the airline said that, quote, Southwest does not condone employees sharing their personal political opinions while on the job. Of course, Twitter had a lot to say. Someone tweeting, for everyone who says politics should be kept out of the workplace, you first. Teachers need to stop expressing political opinions in the classroom. Corporations need to stop donating to the BLM organization and other Marxist front groups and stop boycotting states over politics. Another user tweeting, I'm laughing at this whole thing. 3 words got so many people upset. Time to move on. Someone else taking to Twitter saying, good job to the pilot. I hope Southwest defends him. I will be booking all my flights with Southwest Air now. Someone saying, it's hilarious that people are losing their minds over a Southwest pilot saying, let's go Brandon. I also find it hysterical that people on the left are calling it voter code after 4 years of vile, obscene hatred directed at Trump. I can't wait for the hashtag Let's Go Brandon ads. That's a look at what's trending. Back to you.
Do you have a thought on that?
I have a thought on it, but I know my thought's different than your thought.
No, go ahead. Well, I'll just say, I'm not left-wing, but I don't think it's professional, and I don't think that's a place for a pilot to do that. Certainly entitled to have whatever opinion he wants. I don't want him doing that today for the current president, or 4 years from now under a different president. Yeah. I just don't think that's where it belongs.
My issue is with the response from the media, because there's just been this visceral response to this pilot who was making a joke on whether it was the appropriate time to do it or not, versus the things that we heard about President Trump for 4 years.
Yeah. And you've got people at football games screaming it, it's like, it's fair game. It's out in public. I just think in a professional workplace, it doesn't belong. I don't even I want my pilot paying attention to where we're flying. I don't want him or her.
Got to turn him off, because pilots are supposed to loosen you up and tell you a joke or two right before they go. So I disagree. It was the most appropriate time. That's the time that you want to know that you got to lay back, chilled out captain that's going to cruise you up into altitude. And he's got funnies and he's feeling on point. When I hear my pilot just be like, things are flying, the temperature's this, he doesn't say anything funny, pisses me off. I love it when the pilots are actually personable. And they're like, yo, we in this together in this flying bus. And let's go, Brandon. That was funny. Anytime I fly, if the pilot says something funny, I'm like, all game. You don't need to have a stick up your ass. You're my driver for the next whatever hours it's going to be. Let's make it fun. So, I mean, come on. Seriously. So ridiculous. So ridiculous. So, I was thinking that I introduced you to a couple people before we start in with our topic. One thing is, I want to take us back in time to April, where in Phoenix, one of the cities that we should be focusing on, and let me talk about these cities: Miami, New Orleans, Houston, Austin, Phoenix, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Portland, Seattle, Chicago, Washington D.C., Philadelphia, New York, and Boston. Now, from the Canadians, it would be Vancouver, Toronto, and Montreal. Today, this
Gonna
episode
break his arm.
is for
His
you,
arm's gone.
majority
Oh,
for you, specifically that of Seattle and Los Angeles, which are part of a steering committee. Now we'll talk about that. Now let me introduce you to Governor Ducey and the mayor. Here's where they were having a fight about shutting down parks. The Phoenix parking lot. Sorry. I want you guys to just listen to this park debate. 2-minute clip.
CGI snake.
It's quite fascinating, but I want you to listen to it so we can understand what the differences are in the roles that these people
Killing
play
an individual is murder,
within
but the slaughter
our
of thousands.
communities. Okay? Within our communities. It's important that we understand what type of job they do, what they do, and how they do. Let's go.
Arizona's parks are open. All parks, everywhere. Rural and urban.
A battle brewing tonight over parks. Governor Ducey slamming the mayor of Phoenix for the city's decision to keep parking lots and park grills closed this Easter weekend for safety reasons. So what is allowed and what's not?
ABC 15's Nicole Gregg with more on this political back and forth and what families can expect.
Starting tonight, when the parks close, the gates will be going up, and they're going to stay up throughout the entire weekend. A nearly empty Rose Mofford Sports Complex on this Good Friday, but come this weekend, Phoenix officials are expecting 2 of the busiest days they see annually at city parks for Easter.
This Easter is going to be in the house because of COVID and everything.
Families like Sierra Rose still apprehensive about going out. She was hoping to make it to church for Easter this year.
It's something we do every year. Last year is when it first hit, so we couldn't do that last year either. So just one day at a time since everything is so up in the air.
City parks will be open this year, but with temporary restrictions. Parking lots and grills will be closed at all Phoenix parks, but playgrounds will be open. You can have picnics and Easter egg hunts.
But for some unknown reason, our state's largest city doesn't want you in your own public parks.
The governor posting a video on social media Friday, taking aim at Phoenix Mayor Kate Gallego about those park restrictions. It's no secret that the two have barely communicated directly for most of this pandemic.
These parks belong to the taxpayers, not to politicians. You fund them with your tax dollars. If we're really following the science, we know that being outdoors is safer. This is clearly nothing more than another political power grab.
The mayor also firing back on social media, not holding back either, saying this decision was made unanimously in March by the council, she wrote. The city of Phoenix and its residents, not the governor of Arizona, own and operate the city parks at issue here. Gallego also going after the governor for lifting mitigation measures like masks, saying in part, the city of Phoenix will continue to be a leader in implementing measures to stop the spread of COVID-19. We would welcome you to join us in that effort. As for the parks, we're told that there will be park ambassadors making sure that the restrictions are enforced, just like it was done last year. We're also told that they'll be keeping an eye on traffic and traffic flow. Reporting in Phoenix, Nicole Gregg, ABC 15, Arizona.
Park ambassadors. You mean Karens. You mean Citizen Patrol. You mean Chinese things. So what's the difference between Ducey and Kate? Insane Kate, right? Like she said, it's the citizens of Phoenix, and it was a 9-0 point for the council. That's because they have interest. See, if you had a NASCAR suit for Kate, you'd have logos like World Resources Institute, ICCT, Clinton Foundation, the World Bank, L'Oreal, Climate Works, AXA, Robert Wood Johnson Foundation,
Right.
Rockefeller Brothers
They
Foundation,
should all have
Open
like that.
Societies, Wallace Global Fund. You would have the
We
KR
should.
Foundation, Novo
God, they
Nordisk.
should.
Wait, hold on. You'd have the UK government, Federal Ministry of Germany, IKEA, Johnson & Johnson, Oak Foundation, Clear Air Fund, ARA, Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Denmark, the Lux, the Climate Change Collaboration, Deutsche Gesellschaft für internationale Zusammenarbeit, London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine, Climate KIC, Cities Alliance, and then the Greek Stavros Niarchos Foundation. You know, they're actually like a rival with my family in the shipping industry. You know who Stavros Niarchos is? He's the guy that was dating Paris Hilton. Yeah,
That'd be
that
cool.
guy. Let's see. EAT, European Climate
If
Foundation.
politicians had to
Click.
wear
Click.
jackets like how
UCLG. That's the United Cities and
NASCAR
Local Government.
has to wear
CD.
jackets.
Huh?
If politicians had to wear jackets like how
And the
NASCAR
Global
has to wear
Covenant.
jackets.
Oh, that sounds so witchy. Of mayors for climate and energy.
Freaking awesome.
See, in Phoenix, your mayor and your council should all have NASCAR suits. Look,
Yeah, they
those
should.
logos on it.
They should.
Because they don't work for the people. They do what they're told. Now, let's just go to a mayor who talks about, this is Mayor Dan Pope, and he's telling you what the job of a mayor is. I think it's interesting that we learn what the job of a mayor.
Cops, right? To look over the
Let's
PD.
listen to Dan Pope, the mayor. He's gonna tell you everything you need to know.
Let's see if I understand.
Greetings, Mayor Dan Pope. Both my slides as well as the video. And I'm not sure the video is completely movie and edited, but it should be maybe by the end of the day. So it'll be there for your viewing pleasure. Two things I want to talk about. I often get asked what all you do as mayor, what other than council meetings, what all do you do? So I thought it might be interesting to you. And you'll see why I'm so energized by doing this job. This is the last 10 days. It's just in addition to getting ready for the council meeting and work on the agenda and working with council members and staff and city manager, I've met with 4 large employers. So that's generally meeting with either the leadership team or the CEO or the person who runs and that's important. I've got one of those meetings, another one of those meetings this afternoon. I think that's important that I understand what's going on in our community. This morning we had a breakfast where we had 25 plus or minus home builders, developers, realtors, apartment owners that were here to meet with the city manager and me and other members of staff. I think it was voice of the customer. We want to hear what's going on. I'm speaking at the Realtors Association lunch today. I had a meeting yesterday with bringing together LP&L and our water utility and economic development folks to talk about how we can work together to better put our foot forward when it comes to economic development.
So, guys, this guy is the mayor of Lubbock, Texas. He's a pretty chill guy, from what I see. He does these things online. This is from 2017, I think, where he tells people what he does. What does a mayor do? So he's explaining to the people what the job of a mayor really is. So I just want you to listen. This isn't one of the cities of concern. I just want you to listen to the differences.
We met with TxDOT earlier this week to talk about our monthly briefing. Was to talk about the projects we have going on together. Certainly spent time working with the state and city address. We was at an LPL board meeting Tuesday afternoon after the state and city for 3.5 hours. Spent some time last Friday on a conference call with our I-27 consortium with Ports to Plains, our efforts to extend I-27, which we talked about. I've done 2 radio interviews. Done 5 TV interviews. Spent some time with the youth development program Height, helping purposely manager and the chamber leadership talking about what's on their agenda. This afternoon, I got a chance to, last night, I got a chance to present a conversation to a local citizen who's retiring after 42 years working in this fund. Ask about anybody. That's a little flavor for me. I'm not signing any checks up here. That's not my job. And I talk about being the biggest cheerleader. Some ways I think that's what I get to do is I'm really energized by it. I'm also energized by your support. One challenge, we need to take responsibility first. And that means setting a good example. There's too many places where there's trash on the ground. Just something that doesn't make a good impression. We won't hide that. Be a leader in that regard. Stop and pick up a piece of trash or two and put it in the trash can. Encourage somebody that you see littering to think a little bit more about that and before they drop trash on the ground. We as citizens in the kind of civil society we live in, that's us. We need to take responsibility. That's not the government. It's not TxDOT or the city or the county or Texas Tech. It's us. And I know that's maybe a bit preachy or a bit Pollyanna, but that we need to do that. We can make a difference. Each of you can make a difference. You live in your own yards and probably your own businesses. I would appreciate you doing it on the streets, on the city facilities, on sidewalks as you're walking through your neighborhood. It will make a difference. It's my great honor to serve as your mayor. I'm thankful for you and for all that you do for me. Please let me know what you can do to help. Have a great weekend. I'll talk to you next week.
A mayor. A mayor that sat there, told everyone, hey, this is what I've been up to. This is what I'm doing. Maybe we should all, become leaders and take charge of our city. I love being your cheerleader. I'm trying to advocate for our city. That's what I do. Now, let me show you another mayor, okay? I'm going to show you a mayor who's on The View, right? Here we go to New Orleans. You chose her, New Orleans. You got to deal with this. So this mayor, also of a city in the United States, she's right here with Whoopi, shooting the shit. Let's talk.
His concerns about hospital workers right now. What do you need the federal government to know and do?
Well, as it relates to our hospitals right now, it is making sure that our first line, right of defense, our medical workers, our medical professionals have the tools and resources that they desperately need to protect themselves as well as protect others. That goes to PPE. That's also our stockpile of ventilators. And it's making sure, again, that we're meeting them where they are. But it even goes beyond just others that are on the line. So, for example, you have our coroners, our mortuaries, those who have to deal with the dead. And so we're having to look at this comprehensively.
The world
and
is
at
hot
the heart of it all,
and cold.
it goes right back to the supplies, the PPE, the ventilators, surge capacity that we have been very successful getting off the ground in our convention center. We do expect, and as we see, for every 100 positive cases, we're losing 5 people. So 5% of they're dying, and we do expect that to increase.
The
and so
world
we're
is
having
hot
to,
and
one, not
cold.
only talk about surge, but deal with how to deal with the dead.
Mayor Cantrell, this is Megan. Hearing you say that is incredibly sobering, and I know, all of the hosts on the show are huge fans of the city of New Orleans, and was actually surprised that the Mardi Gras celebrations
Killing an individual is murder, but the slaughter of thousands is heroic. And killing millions is heroic.
The spread of the coronavirus.
Don't point out her hypocrisy. Don't point it out.
Many were surprised. That did not hit the ground at all, nor did it hit the ground at the national level, nor the state level. There were multiple gatherings and events happening throughout the United States of America with over 1 million people participating. So at that particular time, with no red flags given, with the federal government being embedded in our unified command in planning and preparing for Mardi Gras, there were no red flags. With engaging CDC at the time, again in preparation, no red flags. Mardi Gras Day and leading up to it, I had special agents, federal agents on the ground with our people. So when the city of New Orleans experienced our first case, which was around March the 9th.
Did you guys hear that? She had federal agents on the ground for Mardi Gras. For our people there. Hold on. With the first case. Hold on a second. Wait a minute. Why would you have federal agents scoping the place for COVID? Are you paying attention to what she's saying? Because everybody tells you who they are and what they're doing. Again, why would she have federal agents? Let's rewind this, right? And listen to the 15 seconds before that, what she was saying. Listen carefully.
And with the federal government in planning and preparing for Mardi Gras, there were no red flags. Engaging CDC at the time, again in preparation, no red flags.